R Mehta is also from another great utility, which I haven't had the privilege to work yet with, but Reliance Energy. Hope I could change that. R Mehta and Reliance Energy, as you know, has done a great work, and we continue to see if there is any potential for collaboration with Reliance Energy in different areas. I'd like to call upon Mr. R Mehta from Reliance Energy. I'd love to hear, okay, sounds good. Not a problem. So I'd love to hear his perspective on what Reliance is doing in some of the key areas and where they see the collaboration could be between two countries. Yes, Mr. Mehta. Thank you. Sorry. No problem.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I thought it would be easy for me to maneuver myself here. We are a utility in Mumbai. We are doing distribution of electricity in about 400 square kilometer, 3 million customers. There are multiple challenges because of unorganized developments, which we call slums, because of the industry's commercial requirement. Then we have metro. So we have been constantly working on how do we make our life easy, how do we make our problems being controlled through the technology used. And we have developed few things, including that, there's a control on the amperage which would pass through. So if there is a theft, it will switch off the supply to that customer or a group of customers. And when it comes back to normal, it will restart. So by that, we are trying to curtail some thefts in that. And in the same process of our desire to move forward on the technology, Innovari came in contact with us, Mr. Chris Hickman, and we started talking about his project of automatic demand response. We went through a lot of learning processes. In fact, he had to technically get into dealing with the manufacturers of the air conditioners, because existing air conditioners would be transformed into communicable air conditioners. So he went to the extent of talking to the manufacturers, getting to understand how to modify that, and then developed that communication mode and install in those air conditioners, and that's how we could go into implementation of automatic demand response. Results were very encouraging. The savings came from 5% to 15% of the monthly consumption, and that was only for one incident, 1 hour a day, which was primarily to adjust the temperature and without causing inconvenience to the occupiers of the building. And we were successful, depending on the use of air conditioning. It was a saving of 5% to 15% of the consumption to the customer, and that entire benefit went to the customer. We are working on that to expand it. We did for 1 megawatt. We want to take it to 100 megawatt. The matter is with the Regulatory Commission. We are trying to prove to them that this will be a good thing to take forward. So once we are successful on that, we'll be going forward. In the same desire, of moving forward, I was talking to him I think 2 years or 1 year back. I said, why can't we have streetlights on when there's a disaster? And while we were trying to do some development, he comes and tells me he's already implementing 50 streetlights there in US. So this was a reverse, or rather flow of an idea into implementation from India to USA. So ideas can flow in both directions. I don't think we have to be unidirectional in this. Conceptually, I think, why can't we run a utility from a control center? If the satellites can be controlled from a control center, why can't the utility be controlled from the control center? Look at the expansion of the people moving in the field, locations in the field. The people who are supposed to do, the crew will remain in the field, but why does anybody beyond the crew has to be in the field? Why can't it be controlled? So it's all that smart grid, smart meters, all that should be with the focus. Can I run utility from a control center? And I'm talking of electrical distribution utility. I don't see any reason why it cannot be done, as long as your system is communicable, two-way communication. Because what do you need? You need to control the availability of power or disconnection of power in any part of your system, and that if you can do off-site, nothing like it. Why do you need so many people? Why do you need so much of infrastructure? Why do you need those locations to be set up offices and all that? So we're going to be putting our thoughts in that direction now. And I'm pretty confident that it can be done. It's not a big no rocket science, if I may call it. It's only putting things together in a proper manner. So we will constantly work on what more can be done. As I said, there will be exchange of ideas which can flow either direction. It's not a unidirectional. Yes, there are constraints because of the regulatory business. We'll try and overcome the hurdle. So the point is, technology can make us move forward and really transform the industry, which has been an age-old industry in a very stable way of working. So with that, I'll leave it now, and then we can discuss anything further. Thank you.